What up, Black and Blue fan? Welcome to the Black and Blue Review, where we break down the good, the bad, and the ugly of police interaction videos to give you a better understanding what cops do and what they should be doing out there on the streets. My name is Dale, and I'm an actual police officer out here in California with over 25 years experience in the business. I'm joined today, like I am on every Black and Blue Review, by a non-law enforcement member of the community to help us break down today's video. So, Black and Blue fam, let us help me get a little stumbled up there, because that's my dude. Let's bring on the show Ed.
Hey Dale.
What's going on, fam? How you feeling?
Good. It's good to see you, man. It's been too long, way too long.
Yeah, absolutely. I got there that you were a comic book artist, but you were across the pond, as they say. Where are you at nowadays?
I'm at the Czech Republic, making a move out here, trying to set myself up for, the rest of my time, going forward. And want to get a different perspective. Been living in the United States for a long period of time. And I felt like it was time for something different, So I'm out here trying to make it happen.
How long you been out there now?
Well, I've been coming to Prague for a long time. Just this recent stint, almost a year now. But I mean, for the past several years, I've been making the pilgrimage out here, staying my 90 days and then going back, working, and just basically traveling.
Yeah. That's the life, man. That's what's up. And so you got an experience there, from traveling the world, and then you also grew up here stateside, and you've had some views of law enforcement. So that's why I brought you on today, so we can take a look at today's video and get your interactions of it and what you feel about it. And today's video comes to us from North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where police conduct a felony stop on a female teen by mistake. So let's check this out and let's get your thoughts about it.
Control, can you go ahead and 10-3 the channel? I'm getting ready to do a high-risk stop.
So this officer said she's going to do a high-risk stop, which is a felony stop.
Turning now, I'm trying to get up to it. It's not it. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Driver, use your hand to open the door. Use your hand to open the door. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Step out of the car, face away from me. Face away from me. Face away from me. Show me your hands. Walk back to the sound of my voice. Walk back to the sound of my voice. Walk backwards to the sound of my voice. All right, stop. Stop. Get on your knees. Stay there. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind. Yeah, in just a second, all right? Give me a second. All right. What? All right. Stand up.
Inside the vehicle, stop. Where you at?
All right.
I'm confused.
So we got a hit that your car was stolen.
I hit that my car was stolen.
Yes.
Y'all can't put my registration in and everything.
Okay. All right.
I'm only 18. Y'all just did this and that, and then y'all put a gun out on me.
Stolen, dear.
How my car's... Bro, let me call my mama. Let me call my mama. Did y'all even read the tags? No, y'all did not. Let me call my mama. And y'all got me in handcuffs. Like,
give me a second.
And then gonna tell me to get down on my knees. This car is stolen. Y'all got me up.
You hear her say, she said that's not it.
Listen.
The officer.
Okay. Listen. Here's what happened.
I don't want to.
All right.
Let me go. What's wrong with y'all? Next time, y'all right. Get out my way.
All right. So what you see there? What's your thoughts on that?
First initial thoughts, which is a lot of these situations that I see online, these encounters, if the person of interest were to control their anger and their emotions, they would find that they wouldn't feel so out of control of the situation.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you know, in this actual video, she was actually, pretty composed during the stop, right? She was doing what the officer told her to do. She came back to the officer, sounded the voice. She allowed her to get handcuffed. She went on her knees, all that sort of stuff. The only time when she got angry is when they told her why they stopped her, because her car was stolen. She's like, my car's not stolen. What are you talking about? And then the police let her go. So, oops, we got the wrong car. That's when she got angry.
yeah, but in that situation, I mean, I've seen situations where things were resolved, but because of the attitude of the person that was stopped, things escalated again.
Do you have any thoughts about her being stopped in the first place,
Um,
and how she was stopped?
no,
Okay.
well, I guess you could say that a gun being pulled out on you is a kind of inciting experience, incident. It's nobody wants to get a gun pulled out on them.
Yeah.
I think it easily could have been a different situation if there was a person in the car that didn't look like her, where the same stop would have probably been performed differently. Because
Yeah.
as far as I could tell, she wasn't running away from the police officer. I couldn't tell. There wasn't enough footage at the beginning. I don't know if the police officer was in pursuit of this
Yeah, it
person
sounded like
or,
the officer was just trying to catch up to the car. Probably saw that car passing by, and maybe she was at a stop already. The officer was at a stop already, so she had to,
yeah.
speed up to catch up to it because it was on a busy highway or something like that. Let me show you another video here, and get your thoughts on what's next here.
People that should have been her protectors treated her like less than a human.
18-year-old Lanisha Hemingway, who chose not to speak at the conference, and her family announced that they filed a federal civil rights lawsuit against the North Myrtle Beach Police Department and the officers who drew their guns.
We're looking for justice for this, because this has actually destroyed my grandchild, traumatized, mentally, physically, emotionally.
Take a look at this video. It's the body camera footage of the incident that took place on May 3rd when Hemingway was driving to meet friends. 3 officers surrounded her and her car because they thought she was driving a stolen vehicle.
The city was using their license plate reader technology, and they picked up a tag for a stolen vehicle. Lanisha's driving to go hang out with some friends to celebrate senior week, and she's pulled over.
Now listen to this. You can hear the officer is aware they had stopped the wrong car, but still proceeds to draw their weapon.
It's not it. Show me your hands.
Huh?
The officers then.
All right. So
I
so
didn't,
hearing
I
that,
didn't catch, I didn't catch
Yeah.
that part of it.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate because, even if they didn't, resolve whether this was the right car or not, I still felt that it was, someone who looked differently would have been handled in a different way. I've
Possibly.
seen, sure, possibly. I've seen people acting in more belligerent and suspicious ways that have been approached with less threat, with less obvious threat. But now that I know this other part that they knew it was the wrong car, that makes it ugly. You know, that makes it like, okay,
a little
well,
bit.
you know,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's one of those situations where, you know, I believe if a police person pulls out their weapon, they're doing it because they feel that there's a possible threat to their safety. And as far as I could tell, there didn't seem to be a threat because she wasn't running away. Um, and there was no confirmation that there was a dangerous person to
Yeah.
expect coming out of
Yeah.
that car.
So let me tell
So,
you what
you
let
know,
me tell you what I think happened here. So, you know, obviously in these situations, in high risk, you heard the officer said she's going to conduct a high risk traffic stop, which is a felony stop, usually for stolen vehicles. What the officers think is a stolen vehicle. So even us out here in California, all the way up to South Carolina, probably all the way out to the coast of New York, when we conduct these stops, we do it with our guns drawn. We have them, you know, reach your car. You've heard that before. You know, reach outside, open the car door, hands up, walk back to me. That's all that happened in the video. When the officer began that, and then maybe she saw the plate, what have you. She said that's not it. Meaning that's not the stolen car that they're looking for. Sounds like she probably just said it to herself because you can hear the other officers outside the car already had their guns drawn, and they, you know, they were assuming that this is, you know, the car that they're looking for. So this officer probably just said it to herself. Oh crap, that's not it. But you know, her partners already, you know, got their guns drawn. They're already going through the motions of the felony stop. So the initiating officer just wanted to, you know, continue with it, make everything safe, and then say, you know what, we got the wrong car. She unhandcuffed her, sent her on her way. I don't know if that makes
yeah,
anything right. If that makes anything any better for her, for the young girl, but that's what I guess what happened there.
you know, there's a lot of stuff attached to this situation beyond the actual situation
Yeah.
that
Oh yeah.
that kind of justifies the, you know, the response, the legal response. You know, a lot of people have been killed recently, and probably just historically. You know, we've just, you know, because of body cams, you know, we're seeing it now. So, you know, the driver's fear is justified. I think most people in that situation would be afraid, even if they were, you know, completely, you know, innocent. You know, no one likes guns being pulled on them,
Well,
regardless of.
especially if you're innocent, you know, like her. She's like, "What are you talking about? Why, you know, why are you pulling me over?" I mean, you can get pulled over for a traffic stop, sure, but the way she got pulled over with the guns, getting, you know, pulled out the car, you know, on her knees, handcuffed, all that. I'm sure she was scared. You know, it's probably not an overstatement what the lawyer was saying in that press conference.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those situations where you could see the argument for the press conference and whatever legal situation that follows it. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I could tell you, you know, I've been in a similar situation to this video we just saw, um, since I was in law enforcement too. You know, the years ago, back in the early '90s when I first got into this profession, I was working for a bigger agency, and I was either going, I don't remember if I was going to or from the gym, but back then I had a convertible Mustang. I thought I was fly, I had the top down and all that, and it was hot, so it was either in the middle of summer or something. I had a bandana on my head, so you know what's going to happen next, right?
Of
This
course.
agency, which I won't name at this point, you know, got behind me and pulled me over, and the two officers came up to the car, hands on their gun and everything, and you know, asked for my ID, and I gave him my law enforcement ID, and he goes, "Oh, you're with them?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, you know what, man? I pulled this over because I thought this was a Cadillac." Because the plate came back as a Cadillac. And I was like, well, you need to run this again because this show ain't no Cadillac. I told him just like that. And so his partner goes back to the car and then comes back real quick and, you know, gives him the, you know, everything code 4 sign, meaning everything's cool. And then the officer goes, "Oh man, you know what, man? I must be dyslexic. I put the plate in wrong or something like that." I was like, "Yeah, that's what it was." All right, have a nice day. And then, he let me go. But things like that. Now, could he have put the plate in wrong? I mean, I have no proof that he didn't, but we all have our suspicions. And yeah,
It's unfortunate because I don't want to feel like a suspect. I don't like feeling that way. I mean, that's why I relate to the woman in the video. She's being made to feel like she's done something wrong. The experience is embarrassing and creates a lot of fear and anxiety. And to be in a situation where your day has now been hijacked by someone you don't know.
Yeah, right.
For reasons you're not even really clear about. I mean, yeah, it's a problem. It can cause problems.
So, some people out there would just say, it was an honest mistake, just brush it off and move on. Nothing happened to her, no harm, no foul. And I can see that side too. We've both been stopped like we've been talking about, and we're still here, today to talk about it. And so is she. But it's I've also been on the other side where I'm an officer as well. I've done these sorts of stops, and they turned out to not be the vehicle or not involved or something else. Sometimes we've been in situations where companies, like a rental car company, put in a plate for stolen, it's recovered, and then they rent it out to the next person, but they didn't take it out the system. So now this person, this person is just, minding their own business. They rented this car. Now they driving down the street, and these license plate readers will pick it up as stolen. They get, this situation felony stop on them, and they had nothing to do with it. It was the company's fault. So, I mean, I can understand that side of it as well. We got the best information we could. The only problem with this is that officer, you heard her say, this isn't it. Meaning this isn't the car. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's just one of those situations that can be looked at in a lot of different ways. I could see a lot of people, like what you were saying earlier, saying, well, you walked away from it, and everyone was okay, and you did everything that you were supposed to do. You followed instructions, even though there was a little bit of a attitude at the end there. And who's to say if that attitude is justified or not? Personally, for me, I gain nothing by giving somebody attitude, particularly about police. There's nothing to be gained in that situation. You got to just kind of like be upset about it and just go about your day.
Or do what she did, do what she did. I mean, even without the attitude, whatever, she was upset. But even if she walked away without being upset, if you want some corrective action, either complain at the police station and or file a lawsuit, which is what looks like what she's doing. So that'll result in create corrective action, because again, maybe they wouldn't have done it if it was a good faith. Like I said, these officers, with good faith, they stopped it thinking it was stolen. But that body cam, when they heard that officer say, this isn't it, that all bets are off now. That's not the car, but you still got your gun out on her. So that's probably what's gonna get them. Hey Ed, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming on and discussing this video with me, man. Where can we see some of your work?
I'm on Instagram, Ed LaRoche, LAROCHE. I'm also on Kara. My books are available through Image Comics. I'm a graphic novelist, writer, artist. Check it out.
That's what's up, man. Hey, I appreciate you, and you be safe out there in Prague, man. I want to be like you one day when I grow up.
I will. Come through, bro. Come through. I'll show you around. All right, take care.
For real. All right, take care, Ed.